Hi, I want to start this episode with a piece of recent news. I was reading an article from the Philippine News Agency titled Frasco Denies Self-Promotion in Tourism Materials, published on February 3, 2026. The article talks about a Senate Tourism Committee hearing where Tourism Secretary Christina Frasco addressed accusations that she was promoting herself in government tourism materials instead of promoting destinations. What caught my attention was not the politics, it was the public reaction because a lot of Filipinos were saying the same thing. Why does it feel like the question was not clearly answered? During the hearing, the underlying question was simple. Did she authorize or approve the use of her image in tourism materials? Secretary Frasco denied the accusation and said, I did not pay for that magazine. No government funds were used for that magazine, and my consent was never obtained in the use of my image for that magazine. She also said she did not direct the installation of tarpaulins bearing her image and later ordered their removal. She said, I have already issued an order to take down any material that may bear my image and to not produce any material that may bear my image. She also added, I have no national ambition. I'm not running for any national position, and therefore any accusation of self promotion falls flat. Those answers were not careless. They were detailed, they were thoughtful, but many people still walked away asking, so, was that a yes or a no? That confusion is exactly why this trended. Not because the answers were wrong, but because the answers were layered. Clarity came late. Let me make this relatable. You go to a sari-sari store. You ask, hello, can I buy shampoo? The seller answers, oh, I went to the grocery to restock, but I got into an accident and the supplier was late, so we ran out. Everything said might be true, but what you needed was simple. Do you have shampoo or not? Yes or no? Another example. A friend asks, hey, I heard you have a new boyfriend. Is he handsome? You say, he is very sweet. The friend asks again, okay, but is he handsome? You reply, he is very smart, graduated top of the class. At that point, the answer is already understood, but it was never said directly. Now, here's the important part. This is a common weak spot. Not everyone has it, not all Filipinos communicate this way, but many of us were trained to explain first, to soften first, and to answer last. And this comes from culture. In Filipino culture, answering too directly can feel rude. If you answer straight to the point, it can be seen as talking back, nagmamarunong, being a wise ally, or being confrontational. So we soften our answers. We give context first. We go around the question. Long answers feel respectful. Indirect answers feel polite. Direct answers feel risky. The problem is not intention. The problem is that we carry this same communication style into global work environments. And this is where the disconnect starts. Let's talk about time. In Filipino culture, time is often relational. Spending more time with someone can mean I care about you. I value you. I'm giving you attention. Think about a haircut. A 15-minute haircut feels rushed. 30-minute haircut feels like better service. More time feels like better care. In most Western cultures, time is very different. Time is money. Time is productivity. Time is a non renewable resource. Every extra minute without value feels wasted. So, when a client asks a question, they want the answer first, clarity fast, and the issue resolved. If this does not happen, frustration builds quickly. When answers are long and indirect, meetings drag on, calls feel exhausting, decisions are delayed. To global clients, this feels inefficient. And inefficiency damages trust, even when the employee is hardworking, even when the intention is good. This is why people reacted to the Senate hearing. The answers explained intention, they explained effort, they explained context, but they did not land quickly. And delayed clarity creates doubt. A clear structure would sound like this. No, I did not authorize the use of my image. When it was brought to my attention, I ordered all materials to be removed. Everything else can follow after. The listener already understands. If you work in BPO, freelancing, or remote work, this matters a lot. Direct does not mean rude. Clear does not mean disrespectful. Short does not mean careless. Direct answers show confidence, respect for time, and professionalism. Long, winding answers create friction instead of smooth collaboration. Here's the rule to remember: answer first, explain second, resolve last. This creates clear communication, effective communication, and shared understanding. And shared understanding leads to better working relationships. As a Filipino public, it is important to understand intention and context. And as BPO employees, freelancers, and remote professionals, it is just as important to understand how our communication is received globally. Indirect communication is not wrong, but in global work, it often creates friction. Direct communication is not disrespect, it is efficiency. And when we bridge this cultural gap, everything improves. Thanks for listening.